it's time to make the long-term review with the new DJI FPV drone. So after one month and a bit more, yeah, we're making the long-term review, so I hope it will be useful for you, because I was using this drone really often, and I was learning the FPV mode, so the acro mode, and it was the big adventure for me. And also, yeah, I've already know what's going on here with the drone and with this whole set. So yeah, I want to share with you my thoughts. And yeah, in today's video you will not see the unboxing, because I've already did it on my channel, so you can check it out if you're interested. But for today I don't want to waste your time for the long unboxing, so we will only talk about the most important things in that set. So the drone, of course, the RC controller, and the DJI goggles. And after explaining all this set, what's going on here, we will talk about is it worth to buy this drone, this whole set, DJI FPV Combo, or maybe it's not the best option for you today. So we will talk about it on the end. And yeah, let's start from the beginning. So with the drone, yeah, just remember, before we will start it, remember to click that subscribe button if you enjoy the content like this, so filmmaking gear, the drones and the other filmmaking stuff. So remember to subscribe with the bell, and let's go with today's video. So on the first side of the drone, we will talk about the how it's built, the most important things about it. Many people are talking about this drone is super plastic, and it's and it will crash on the first branch. Yeah, I can't agree with that, because like you can see here, these elements, the arms, are really strong, I think. And of course, because of the weight, this drone weight is about 750 grams, so yeah, it's pretty heavy, like I'm keeping that. So the parts which are maybe less protected, you can see here. So on the top, that is not strong enough, but in the DJI FPV Combo set, you've got the one more case on the top to change it on the green color. So yeah, maybe you will enjoy it more. And also, if you will crash it, you can change it. And also important thing on the bottom, because the battery, yeah, the battery is protected by only these two little guys here, like you can see. So it's about half of the centimeter. I've always saying that remember to use that normal mode to fly away, so to take off or to land it, because it's much safer for the drone. Because when you will land in the acro mode, so in the manual mode, you can crash your battery, yeah, because it's not protected very well, like I've said, and it's also not super cheap. So yeah, let's talk about the battery now. So the batteries, the cost of the battery, one battery is about $170. So comparing to the traditional FPV drones, yeah, that's not the cheap battery. But in normal mode, you can reach the 20 minutes of flight. Of course, it's in the not normal conditions, so without any wind. When the DJI is testing out this, maybe they can reach this 20 minutes. But I think in the normal mode, I'm not flying in normal mode also so much, so it's just I'm only using this to take off or to the land. So I don't know really how it's in normal mode, but I think the real time is about and I think the real time it's about 15 minutes, yeah. But The things change when you're using only the manual mode, so just take off in normal, then switch it to manual mode. So I've also made the test on my channel, so you can check it out if you want to see the footage and also how the flight looks like to reach the 10 minutes of flight on one battery in my case. So it was the 10 minutes, and also when I was flying it was always around 9 minutes to 11 minutes, maybe 12. It was the maximum in my flying. Yeah, if you will decide to buy this drone, I recommend to buy just one more, because minimum one more, because yeah, one is too less when you're going in some good place like here. I was not satisfied enough to fly only on one battery, yeah? So you can think about it, yeah? Let's talk about more about the drone. So that's the information about the battery. Now I will also I want to also say about the front and bottom sensors. They are maybe not so useful when you're flying in the manual mode or the sports mode, and these modes are for this drone. But if you're flying in normal mode, for example, to take off or to land, you've got these sensors, and then the drone can just land like a normal Mavic without any crash. Yeah, so because he seeing here the ground actually, and it's just landing perfectly, yeah, because of that sensors. Also, you've got some light here when it's dark. It will light up, and also you've got here the front sensors, but like I've said, they're not working in the manual mode or sports mode. They just only work in normal mode when you want to make your first practice, yeah, maybe. So never mind, just to be sure, they are not working in the manual mode, and it's that's all that you need to know about it. And all right, let's go to the end of this drone. So let's focus on the camera, because I think that's the most important thing of that drone, because it's much better than in traditional FPV drones when you can buy it. So often you should buy also another GoPro camera or something to get this image better. Here I've tested out it in many conditions, also in the night, like you can see on my channel, and in the night, yeah, it's not good, but in the day you've got pretty nice image, and I've really enjoyed that. It's a little lack of the 4K 25 frames per second, but we should wait for the update, yeah. It's the review after 1 month, and we are still waiting for the update. But okay, for now you can only record in 4K 50 frames per second or the 60 frames per second, or in full HD, of course. But I really like 25 frames per second, so it was a little lag for me. But what's cool with it, the image quality, it's really cool, and comparing to the GoPro 9, the GoPro 9 is a little better. The details are better. You can see the difference in the details, but it's still cool, and I like that because also it's a good option when you're flying in manual mode, that you can by using the RC controller you can adjust the gimbal, yeah. So the gimbal can go up or down, and you can regulate it to adjust wherever you want. So that's cool, I think. Of course, I'm showing you the examples, the samples of in the 4K, so you can see if that quality is good enough for you to spend, yeah, I think that's not the cheapest drone on the market, so you need to consider about that. Also, what's cool in the camera, you can change the color profile to design lighting. I really like that because I like color grading, color correction, so always it's better for me to adjust manually the colors of the footage, so that's the good option if you want to edit your video. But of course you can still use the standard mode with the normal colors, so depends from you. Alright, and now how it flies, because that's the really important thing, and I don't wanna keep it to the end, so to the end of the video, so I will talk about this now. So the flying this one, of course it's not the easiest way if you're the totally beginner to fly in acro mode, but just you can start from the sports mode to see how it's going, yeah, to see how the controller is working, and then if you don't want to fly in full acro mode, you can also check in the options in the goggles that you can adjust this altitude limit. You can set it, and then the drone will not flip to any side, so to the front, back, or to the sides. It's the easier way to start the acro mode, so that's really good feature, I think, for the beginners. Also, of course, you can start with the DJI Virtual Flight Simulator, but it's not good. I think I've tested out one time, and the gravity, it was the big difference from the reality, so I really don't recommend this. Maybe if you want to try out, check it out, but you will not learn how to fly it really. So how it's flying? After 1 month, I've learned a lot, because I was starting maybe not like a totally beginner, because I was flying with some kits like the Beta FPV or GPRC Tiny Go 4K, which is on my channel also, you can check it out. It's really heavy drone, so it's not the racing kit. Just remember, yeah, it's not the racing drone. Of course, it's flying 140 kilometers per hour, so that's of course that's the pretty strong drone. But if you want to fly in acro in some buildings, maybe between some branches, I don't know, is that the best option for you? I think it's better for some cruising, for some nice cinematic, good-looking shots. Okay, and that's it about this drone, because I don't want to stretch out this material about that whole set. So if you've got some questions, maybe you can ask me in the comments. Yeah, so yeah, feel free to comment below, and let's go with the RC controller. In the RC controller, I don't want to explain everything here, but the most important things, yeah. So when you will get your set, the new set, the joysticks will be here in that positions like in normal Mavic, and when you will hit it, it will go back here in the middle, yeah. But when you want to fly in acro, you need to take this off and screw two screws, and then this joystick will be staying in one position. All right, guys. So the next important things, that's the antenna, of course, but just remember to take it out here, yeah, before the flight. But what's important? This key is the lifesaver, I think. That's the lifesaver, guys, because when you will click this when you're flying in acro or in every mode, then the drone will automatically stop in one position in just 1 second or 2 seconds. Of course, when you're flying 140 kilometers per hour, maybe it will be 3 seconds, I don't know. But when you hit this button, you will probably avoid the crash. So just remember about this button, because it's super useful. And when I was flying in acro and when I was trying to make the flip, and and just want to test it out if it works when the drone will be on the other side. Of course it works, and the drone is switching to normal mode and you're safe. So when you will see that you're going to crash, just remember about this button, because it will be the life safer. But important, this is, remember that is this button, because when you will be in the manual mode, and for example, because here one hit is only the brake, so the drone will stop, but when you will hit 2 times, it will be the return to home process. So don't miss it with this button, because in manual mode it's used to turn on or to turn off the engines, and in the flight you can just switch off the engines, and yeah, the drone will drop on the ground. Yeah, so be careful with it. Look before you will take up the goggles, and to don't miss these buttons here. Also, you've got here the record button and the photo button, but this drone is not for photo. I was not talking about this because the photos from this drone are, yeah, it's not so good, and I don't want to waste your time about these photos. That's it. And also here you can, like I've said, roll your camera, adjust the camera on the gimbal here. Now let's talk about the goggles. So to turn on the goggles you need this power bank, which is of course inside the box of the set, and yeah, they're working. This element is the best element of that whole set, guys, and trust me, this DJI Goggles version 2, it's yeah, they are super cool because the image transition is extremely clear. The resolution is something around 1440 and 800, something around this, and I will write you below. And also, but of course that's not the full HD, but when you're seeing that image, it's extremely clear, and I really enjoyed the flying this, the range of the drone, and yeah, the range. It's really stable connection on the OcuSync 3.0. You can see on my channel also the range test of that drone. It was like I don't want to also waste your time so much, so I can tell you that it's something around 2.5 kilometers to 3.5. I've tested out it 2 times, so you can check it out if you want to see how it looks like. But yeah, something around that. In the city, of course, it's less, maybe 500 meters, something like that. Depends from the situation, from the interference. Yeah, so of course you can see the FCC hack and you can change it, but I didn't make it. So in the CE version you've got these results, like I said. Yeah, and yeah, let's go back to the goggles. So here you've got the 4 antennas, which is you can screw it out if you want, and then you've got some buttons here to record or to move in the menu here. Inside there is the SD card, micro SD card slot, and also you've got the USB connection if you want to connect your phone. And yeah, that's it. And on the other side you've got this power supply entry. So we've got this power bank, small power bank here, and just double click it and you're ready to go. So like I said, I really enjoyed that goggles, and that's the coolest part, I think, from that whole set. And of course you can use it for the another drone, so consider about that. Yeah, so let's go back to the FPV drone. So we've already talked about how it's built, what about the camera, the battery, the range, also these components. So now it's time to answer, is it worth buying in this year, to fly that drone, to start the FPV adventure? And that's not the easiest question. But okay, let's start from this point. So if you're totally beginner and you want to buy this drone because that's the FPV drone, I really recommend you to start from the, if you want to start FPV adventure, not the drone adventure, because the Mavic series also they are really cool, and I've still got my Mavic Air 2, now Air 2S for the next reviews. But let's go back here. So in my opinion, if you're totally beginner, try out the standard Mavic Mini or something, just to fly the drone and see what's going on here, because it's not also so easy for the totally beginner. Or if you want to start only the FPV adventure, just start from the Beta FPV or the GPRC or the maybe eShine or something, just some ready to fly kit to start flying in acro. For me it was really helpful that I've started from this small kit, because when you will crash it, the costs are really low, so it was the good option, I think. And now, when you was flying a little, this drone, it's not so easy to crash it, because like I've said, you've got this button is the lifesaver, so in one click you can stop the drone to avoid the crash. That's super cool. And also, if you will lost connection, the drone will automatically go back home. You can't expect that from the traditional FPV. When you will lose the connection, the drone will just drop down and that's it, yeah? So I think that's the cool feature. Also, if you're the beginner, also you can use this altitude limit in the options to avoid this flips to all sides, so maybe it will be easier for you with it. So yeah, after just small course with the Beta FPV, I think that's really cool drone to start, and you will enjoy the quality of the camera, also the flying, because it's flying really cool, really well. The drone, yeah, is moving really smooth. So just you need some practice, and then you're ready to go. The next question probably will be, if you're the traditional FPV user, you want this drone. I think it will be not for you, because you're already flying with the traditional FPV, so you know how it's all built and how to repair it, so maybe it's not the best deal for you with the drone, because this one it will be a bit more expensive. So that's my opinion, and also this drone I think I can recommend for the filmmakers. I can make really dynamic and original footage, not like the standard Mavic, but of course the standard Mavic is still cool and I will still use it, but when I'm the filmmaker and making any video for the brand, it will be really cool thing that you will add some shots from the FPV drone. I think I've enjoyed the flying this, like you can see on my channel. So I can recommend this, just depends on the price, of course. Don't buy it in the highest price possible, because maybe it's not worth it so much in that price. And also consider about buying the DJI Care, because it's super expensive in that drone. So I've made the whole video when I'm explaining why you should consider about this, about buying this DJI Care insurance, because I think it's not the best deal. But then you can see on my channel this video. It's important when you will buy this drone, so yeah, check it out. And that's it from my side today. So really big thanks for watching, and just remember to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content like this, and also leave the big thumbs up, because I will really appreciate that, yeah? And also leave the comment below if you're considering about buying this drone, or you've already bought it and you're happy or not happy about this, so tell me, I'm interested in that. And yeah, that's it for today, so thanks for watching and see you in the next video.